Welcome to our statistics series. Today, we are diving into expected frequencies in goodness of fit tests. Specifically, we will focus on the formula E equals n times p, which helps us understand what we would expect to happen if the null hypothesis is true. First, what exactly is a goodness of fit test? It is a statistical method used to check if your real-world data matches a specific theoretical model. Think of it as asking, does reality match our theory? Or are the numbers we are seeing significantly different from what we predicted? At the heart of this test is the null hypothesis, or H0. This hypothesis assumes that everything is normal and fair. It says that any difference between what you observe and what you expect is just due to random luck. Under the null hypothesis, the observed data should balance out with the expected data. To figure out what the data should look like, we use this simple formula. E equals n times p here. E stands for expected frequency, n is your total sample size, and p is the probability of a specific outcome happening. Let's break that down. N represents your sample size. This is simply the total count of observations, trials, or people in your experiment. If you surveyed 30 people, then n equals 30. Next is p. This represents probability. But it's not just any probability, it is the specific probability predicted by your null hypothesis. For example, if you assume a coin is fair, the probability of heads is 0.5. Let's look at a classic example. Imagine you roll a 6-sided die 60 times. Your null hypothesis is that the die is fair. This means every number from 1 to 6 has an equal chance of appearing. Now let's calculate the expected frequency. Our total rolls n is 60. Since the die has 6 sides, the probability p of rolling any specific number like a 5 is 1 over 6. Multiplying 60 by 1/6 gives us 10. So if the die is perfectly fair, we expect each number to appear 10 times. Here is another example. Suppose 100 people are asked to choose between the color red and the color blue. If we assume there is no preference, meaning people like both colors equally, then the split should be 50-50. Using our formula, n is 100, and the probability p for choosing red is 0.5. 100 times 0.5 equals 50. Therefore, we expect 50 people to choose red. Finally, we compare what we calculated, the expected frequency, against the observed frequency, which is the actual data we collected. If the observed bar is way higher or lower than the expected bar, it suggests that our null hypothesis might be wrong. To wrap up, goodness of fit tests check if data matches a theory. The null hypothesis assumes any difference is random. We calculate expected values using E equals n times p, and finally, large differences between observed and expected values tell us something interesting is going on.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.